Yo, what's up, guys? Couldn't be happier to be finally bringing you guys this video. I didn't imagine that I'd be covering this video, but since I'm really doing all this Transformers stuff now, I think it's kind of a given that I have to do this. Now, this won't just be a reaction. I'm going to be breaking down this trailer to the best of my ability. I'm going to be stopping it. So if you want to watch the actual trailer, I'll throw the link down in the description, but I'm going to be pausing this a lot, breaking this up. This is a 2 minute and 15-second trailer, but we're going to stretch this out and see if we can just break down as much as we can within every single frame. So starting off, we obviously have Mirage, and that transformation looks amazing, even though it cuts away. That Mirage transformation with the I'm forgetting his first name, but Ramos is the name of the character. He steps right out very smoothly. It looks like clearly they've been working together for a little while now, at least, because he kind of jumps out so elegantly. But here we go with the moment we were all waiting for. Optimus Primal on screen, and he just looks amazing. Optimus Primal, I mean, look at him. He's a gorilla, but he's a robot. He is a robot gorilla. Look at him right there. He's got the green eyes. As you can see, he's got the Maximal logo on his chest, looking amazing, and he does have fur. And I think they absolutely knocked this out of the park with the Optimus Primal design. Just look at this guy. It's the perfect blend between primate and robot. I mean, looking at his eyes right now, he kind of is giving me a little bit of Lockdown vibes with that forehead a little bit, but clearly completely different character, looks completely different, and I think he looks absolutely amazing. And based on the scale we see in just a second here after he speaks to Prime, the scaling, he's about the size of Prime. Definitely a bit bulkier because he's a gorilla, but he's about the size of Prime while he's standing on two legs. As you can see, he's got his arms out at his side, and he pulls up to Optimus and he says, "I'm not your enemy." So that's real interesting. That I for one thought that they would meet in the movie and there would be some kind of conflict or fighting at first, but no, we're getting right into Optimus Primal discovers Dominique Fishback's character, and I want to say, I think his name is Anthony Ramos or Ramos. I don't want to disrespectfully get that wrong, but I'm going to call him Anthony Ramos in this. But if it's Ramos, I'm sorry. But Anthony Ramos' character and Dominique Fishback's character, as you can see there, they're standing in between Optimus, and Optimus is obviously coming to protect them. So this is obviously a little bit into the movie already, assuming it doesn't pick up with them already knowing all each other. Or maybe it does. And this is really interesting, though, knowing that Optimus Primal, they're not going to be coming to fight at all right away. They're coming to Optimus, seemingly offering help. So let's continue along with the trailer here. You get the shot of them standing there, Optimus lowering his really cool looking blaster, and man, that looks amazing with the contraction of the transformation from the arm cannon. Now we get some more shots of the bridge here, Optimus driving, real nice look at B transformation here, and I'm so glad we're getting to see more of that love from the classic yellow Camaro. I always wished we got to see more action from it in the original Transformers movie before Bumblebee in that 2007 movie switches to the more modern Camaro, but it's going to be real nice to see. And just look at these transformations already with the Optimus, Mirage very briefly in the beginning, and Bumblebee there. You could tell they're keeping the very, I don't know how to describe it, the very fluid transformations that were introduced in Bumblebee. Whereas in the Bay movies, transformations look good, but it really didn't make sense sometimes with how it was compartmentalized as the robots transform. But in this, you can literally see every aspect of the transformation. It looks great. We had a nice little shot here of Mirage over here transforming beautifully while driving backwards. That's a real cool thing we haven't seen before. And he does have his cloak technology as he casts, obviously, holograms of himself to distract the cop, and just a real cool shot of him ramping off something, and boom, there is Cheetor. We have been waiting for him right here. There is a beautiful shot of Cheetor running with Bumblebee, and man, I just have to say, they did a fantastic job. Give everyone on the VFX team a raise. Give the model designers a raise. They did a fantastic job. So you can see here, we get Bumblebee with a more souped-up version of that classic Camaro. He's got some nice headlights on the top and the front, and obviously some decked-up gear, obviously, for the purpose of, I guess, being a more robust battle car. But as you can see, Bumblebee and Cheetor probably going racing in towards the battle. And then we get a nice cut shot of, I believe this is Airazor. Obviously, I don't think there'd be any other bird characters like that, but I believe this is Airazor. And he is shooting, or she is shooting, I forget, I think they're making Airazor, I think Airazor is a female. She is shooting at, Prime is running on the bridge there. So she's blowing up the bridge, and then we cut to another shot of what looks like in a similar area. Not exactly on the bridge, but in a similar area where we have like the winding road in the cliffs. I'm guessing this is somewhere near Malta. I'm sorry, not Malta, but Peru, where they were shooting him. I believe this has to be somewhere with the cliffs there leading into the city, obviously. But we get another nice shot of Mirage driving, being chased. Well, not necessarily being chased, but there is a Decepticon or a Terracon that gets. There might be Scourge actually hitting the road behind him, and then there looks to be another one behind. But here we get our first beautiful. Now I'm having difficulty finding his name, but the main two Terracons are obviously Scourge and Nightbird. I believe we see Nightbird right at the end of the trailer, but this is the third main Terracon I believe we're looking at, which is the orange, the orangish truck that well, it's not an orange. I mean, from the shot we have of it. With the orange lights on the top, obviously I have it on screen right now. But this is obviously the third the third Terracon of the group. And as you can see, he or she, I believe it's a he. So he shoots at RC, and RC looks amazing. My only issue with RC, it's not even an issue. It's just that she's more red than pink, and I would have loved to see more of an all pinked out RC. But I think she still looks really, really good. And Wheeljack, cannot wait to see him in robot mode. But they did hide him from us in this trailer, and I'll show you a little bit later. He kind of peeks out a little bit, but they do hide him from us. So we get this nice shot of RC reacting, and we get a real nice close-up of RC, her visor, and she just looks really good. That helmet, real faithful to the OG RC design. As you can see up there up close, there is a lot more pink in the actual body of the character. So I'm thinking it's just a lot more of the robot mode that has the red in it, but I think they did a really, really nice job with RC. RC looks great, and I'm one of my favorite characters. I'm so happy to see her finally in live action. I always wish she got more shine in the Bay movies, but I think he absolutely ruined the little thing he did with the RC sisters in that movie. Just complete waste of characters. And these movies, this Transformers, but I think they're really going to be taking care of the Transformers they use in these movies, not necessarily being as careless as they were in the Bay movies. Because obviously in the Bay movies, you had the first one where you had your 5 Autobots. That's the exact same as what they're doing in this. 5 Autobots, perfect. But then in the next few movies, they introduce Autobots and then they disappear without a word. And it just doesn't really make sense. There's a number of Autobots that just disappear in those movies and never come back. Just to name a few, you got the twins, you got Jolts. Just those are just off the top of my head. But with this movie, I really think that they're going to be paying attention to the characters they have show up. And in further movies, because obviously this is not going to just be the last. In later movies, I feel like they're really going to be paying attention to the cast they're using, the robots they bring in, the robots they choose to leave in, who they kill off, all that stuff. I don't think it's going to be as random as it was in previous movies. But a great shot of obviously the missile misses and it blows up behind him, and RC is riding alongside in robot mode, holding onto Wheeljack, driving in his little van. Really interested to see how they make Wheeljack come out of that van, because I know Wheeljack in the Bumblebee movie looked fantastic. It'll be interesting to see him transform into probably the ugliest of the Autobot cars. But moving on, we have another shot of Optimus Primal walking and talking, and he just looks fantastic. Like, look at those shoulders. It just looks like a real animal part. And then you look at the rest of him and it's robotic. He just looks fantastic. Now, this here is really interesting. This could be, now I believe this is obviously Scourge here. I could be completely mistaken, but I'm pretty positive this is Scourge here. Standing above Optimus, who seems to be coming out of this, he's coming out of something. His body is clearly not fully above ground here, and Scourge has the obvious advantage looking down on Optimus, whether or not they're fighting, or Scourge is just catching Optimus off guard. But Bumblebee comes running up, and Optimus kind of gives away that Bumblebee is coming, or Scourge hears him, because he turns. Optimus kind of looks up a little bit at Bumblebee. Scourge turns just in time, and I believe this is Scourge. I'm looking at the face. I'm comparing this to the leaked image of Scourge. I'm pretty positive this is him. But Scourge is able to turn, and he stabs Bumblebee right through the chest, it looks like, or right through the abdomen. That looks like it goes clean through. Now, unless this is just a weird angle, it looks like this thing is right through the middle of Bumblebee, and he clearly gets stabbed. You see the blade as it is going towards him, and it goes right through his back. You see the energon kind of shoot out, the green energon indicating like the blood of the Transformer. And Bumblebee, as he holds him here, we cut to another shot of him holding Bumblebee out to the side and with one arm. Again, pretty positive this is Scourge here. Definitely Scourge. He's holding him by the neck. And as you can see there, he still has the sword coming through the back of him. And as we pan out again, you see like this ruined area in front of a building where there's a courtyard, there's fire and destruction everywhere. There's clearly been a battle. And there's like a little explosion off of Scourge and Bumblebee of some blue light, some kind of energy emission or something like that. Now, and that's all we get. I'm not even going to try to put together what's happening there. We know nothing about it. I'd be completely making it up. But that's going to be fun to theorize what's going on there. And is Bumblebee okay? Because we do not see Bumblebee in the next shot with the Autobots in Peru walking up on the village. We see Optimus. We see... is that Wheeljack there? That must be Wheeljack. That has to be Wheeljack. Yes, okay, we do see Wheeljack from behind. We see Optimus, Wheeljack, Mirage, and RC. I'm pretty positive this is Wheeljack here, because that is not yellow. That's definitely, yeah, that's, okay, real cool. So Wheeljack looks nice from behind, of course. Can't wait to see his face, one of my favorite Transformers. But looking at these guys, obviously it's just a rear shot, but they all look really fantastic from behind. And obviously we see them head on a lot of the time, but these Transformers designs are pretty spotless, and I really can't wait to see the Studio Series toys that come out with these guys, because those got leaked a while ago, and we already know we're getting a Mirage, we know we're getting a few of these other guys, but just looking at specifically Mirage, that is a really, really slim, slender, clean Autobot design, so I cannot wait to see how they make him into a toy. But moving on, we see kind of festivities inside of this Peru village, and boom, there is a shot of Rhinox. And Rhinox looks fantastic. Definitely a lot less animalistic, I think you could say, than Optimus Primal, just because he looks a lot more bot. But it is a Rhino, so you can get away with that. They're pretty. I don't want to say scaly. Obviously, you're gonna slander me for my animal knowledge, but they're like, they have a more smooth skin. So Rhinox looks fantastic. With his, it looks like he's gonna be shooting out of his mouth. I don't think it'll be fire, because that's definitely a Dinobot thing. But maybe he'll be shooting out of his mouth. Clearly there's some kind of cannon in there or something. But Rhinox roaring at the camera. A nice little action shot, looking amazing. And we transition to an Optimus Prime transformation. And this is what I was talking about. These super clean transformations that were present in the Bay movies. But this, you can just see where each part is coming from. And it's consistent. It's not random. There's not pieces disappearing. You see him becoming a robot. And boom, this is a beautiful shot of, once again, his blaster, Optimus sticking his arm out. And then, I can't skip away from this, excuse me. You can see clearly, looks like 1, 2, 3. I want to say 3. I want to make sure there's not any more. Yeah, it looks like we got 3 Transformers. We don't know who they are, crashing into the city, obviously, around the same area where we see Mirage and B and Optimus. I'm guessing this is somewhere towards the beginning of the movie. Maybe that's even the rest of the Autobots arriving to Earth. No, that couldn't be, because they were on Earth in the first part. That's got to be someone arriving to Earth. Maybe it's I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of just thinking about this myself now, because the Maximals, I'm assuming, are already on Earth. We know the Autobots are on Earth, so maybe this is Decepticons. Maybe this is... Who knows? Who really knows? This could be anyone. For all I know, it's probably just going to end up being Autobot reinforcements. It's going to end up being RC, Wheeljack, and I don't know. The more I think about this, the more confused I get, because there's really no answer for it. But moving on, we got a nice shot of Optimus' blaster again, and boom, I love this close-up of his face, as you could see his battle mask coming on. And honestly, at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of this Optimus design, because I absolutely love the Optimus from the Bay movies, despite his flaws. I'm talking about the face specifically, but this Optimus has grown on me each time I watch the trailer, and I cannot wait to see this guy on the big screen. Just a really, really nice and extremely detailed Optimus. You can really kind of see the humanism in his eyes almost. There's so much detail going on in the face there, and with the battle mask coming up, it just looks so cool. And then we get a little bit of a tease. This is the money shot of the trailer. a little bit of a tease, I believe, of the final battle. As we see now, this is the Transformer that was the orange truck I was talking about, the third Terracon. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but this is not the leader of the Terracons. This is just, I guess, probably the number 2, because there are 3 of them. But we see him running up, shit exploding everywhere, laser beams, and boom, I think that's a Nightbird that comes flying right by him. It's got to be. And then we see beautiful Cheetor transforming after flipping off a rock. I mean, this has me so hype. I cannot wait to see this in theaters. As Optimus is obviously running straight. Are those his Energon blades? Looks like Optimus is running with his Energon blades out. Cheetor obviously flips off the rock, transforms into robot mode, and then we switch to Optimus Primal. And on the left of him is Wheeljack, but we don't get a very good look at him. But we see Optimus Primal running as a gorilla. He jumps up in the air, transforms into a dive roll, and boom, he's in robot mode. And he looks fantastic. Optimus Primal looks amazing. I cannot wait to get the studio series of this figure. This guy is the one I'm looking forward to the most. He's got the Maximal logo right on his chest. He's got his weapons in his hand ready to go. And he starts swinging his chain that he has, his chain weapon, right as he transforms. I believe you get another shot as we pan out again and see the 2 sides about to clash. I think that's Nightbird again flying across the top of the screen. And we get the money moment where they all jump into each other and the fighting commences. And boom, title sequence. So all in all, and as you can see, we get the Terracon, Maximal, and Autobot logo all rotating around. And then boom, kind of funny shot with Dominique Fishback kind of, is this really happening? And RC kind of motions off to the side. And then again, that final shot of Ramos's character jumping out of Mirage looks really, really nice, really clean. And honestly, I cannot describe the hype levels I have for this movie. I love Transformers. This was a trailer that hit on all cylinders. This is a teaser trailer. This isn't even the theatrical trailer. This was supposed to just be barely anything in a tease. So that just makes you wonder, what do they have in store for the theatrical trailer, which I believe we're going to get, if not sooner, I think it'll be coming around the Super Bowl. So we're going to have to wait till February to get the extended trailer or the 30-second TV spot, and then they'll probably post the trailer. But we'll probably get a few more spots here and there, but this is amazing. I couldn't have asked for more out of a teaser trailer. And the biggest thing I have to point out, shout out to Raging Nation, big inspiration, love that dude, been watching him for forever in terms of Transformers content. But he pointed out another thing that really stood out in the fact that the humans are the sideline characters in this. And even though it's not related at all, I'm thinking of the Kaiju Monster Universe movies with the Godzilla, King Kong, stuff like that. People's biggest complaints about those movies is we want less humans, more focus on the monsters, right? Same thing for Transformers, except it would make even more sense because obviously the monsters aren't talking in those movies. Transformers are full-on characters. You could have a full-on Transformers movie with no humans and no one would complain about it. But I have high hopes for the 2 actors that seem to be the 2 seemingly lead actors in this movie, Dominique Fishback, Anthony Ramos. I like both of them. I don't know about Dominique. I don't know anything about Dominique, but I've seen Anthony in a few other things before. I like him. So I like the human cast they have in this movie, but I really love how the trailer barely has them in it. No offense to them. We want the robots, and the robots is exactly what they gave us in this trailer. So my excitement is through the roof. Obviously, this isn't the most thorough breakdown you could possibly get, but I was just breaking down as much as what I know from what I could see in this trailer. And honestly, just looking forward to any more content from this coming soon. But that's all I have to say in this video, guys. If you liked this type of content, let me know in the comments below. Likes, dislikes, any feedback is appreciated. Until next time, ready for Transformers Rise of the Beast, and peace.